Got to load up my microphone. Wasn't planning to stream today, but I figured why not? Big chill on thing. Oh, Blackout proc. I love Blackout procs as a healer. It's actually worth the mana. I don't care what anyone says. I should do it with rank 1 though, because it's only 25 mana. But like, if you get a 3-second stun, man, that's like as good as a lesser heal. That saves 100 damage. I'll do it with rank 1 though. I have rank 1 on my bar just because I have a 10%. Then 25 mana and stun him off. Every little bit counts in hardcore, baby. We're all like way over leveled for this, but like healing shouldn't be too bad. Oh, that's an upgrade. Roll of greed. Not that big of an upgrade. And the mages didn't find it as an upgrade. Probably big. I'm gonna pop a water breathing elixir because I did the quest in Aberdeen to get it, so I'm gonna use it. I just don't have to worry about breathing. I do wish Blackout could proc on every tick of damage. It's actually so unintuitive that it only works when you first up. I guess it might make Mind Play and Shadow Word. I renewed myself. It's like a southern insult. Go renew yourself. That boy needs a renewal right there. Oh, you can transform. He doesn't need me. Get out of Frost Nova as it. Oh. You guys are gonna get sick of the wand sound effect. It really doesn't help that the wand is super fast. It's like 1.3 constant. Yeah, she's not gonna get a cast off. Oh, with the blackout proc? Let's go. Yo, low-key, bring back stunnable boss. Low-key actually cool to, like, have a really powerful enemy that you can interact with in, like, meaningful ways other than damage. I don't know, buff them to compensate. We're turboing. Two of the people have already done the quest. It looks like they're not, like, super interested in killing everything to get the quest month. That's okay. This quest is, like, pretty low level for me. I was gonna outlevel this dungeon, like, in 1 or 2 levels anyways. Although these guys are 30 doing it. I'm trying to only do each dungeon once. I think that was, like, part of the original hardcore rules. I think on the server you can do them once per day. But I'm just trying to do, like, one full run. Do it at that. Not doing anything, like, super challenging.
What brings you here?
Oh, new wand? Oh, that's funny. I just got this wand. Level 27. I got this wand 1 level ago, and we're about to get the Bis +1 spirit wand. Tab target in the. I have to remember to switch my Shadow Word Pain key, hotkey, to like rank 4, because right now I have it as rank 1. Somebody remind me after this dungeon. Damn, I haven't gotten a killing blow in this dungeon yet, I don't think. There we go, I just said it. Ah. Get my spirit tap going. But yeah, this tank is like 8 levels above all these mobs. They could probably heal themselves this whole dungeon. Like a good druid, outside of maybe the final boss. And even then, maybe the final boss. Like if you know, like a maxed out, world buffed, chrono boomed 30 druid probably solos this place. The only one that's a question is maybe the final. That was a bad time to stop. It's on me. I just threw it out there. He was trying to LOS like a good player. Done kind of ruined it. Little baby heal. Boink. That was even baby. All that did was fuck up my mana regen. Setting the timer on. Hell yeah, spirit tab. Go spirit tab. I want to actually see like a big heal number. I'll let him take like a tiny bit of damage. True healer experience. I don't want to pull aggro. It takes longer if the mob moves away from the tank. Like my 100 was 150 damage. If the tank moves out of range, or if the mob moves out of range of the tank like one time, that's probably like more damage missed than me hitting a mind blast. Like I imagine his mauls do 150, not his actual auto. I don't know how good bear auto attacks are, but I know like warriors can deal that much right now. This level. Dude. Did he mana burn me? Is that what that noise? That was not a shadow bolt that hit me. I guess I'll find an excuse to drink now that I've been mind blessed. Oh yeah, see it is mana burn. Oh, whoa. Street, thank you very much, man, for the gifted subs. Wow. Holy shit, dude. 20? Wow. That's insane, man. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. That's so nice, man. I'm so, wow. It's like half the sub goal. Not that I've ever hit a sub goal. Thank you so much, dude. Happy Thanksgiving, man. I really do appreciate it. I figured I'd just put the stream on because I'm like basically playing Cookie. Oh, he's got to actually. Let me focus up. Let me lock in. But yeah, I figured I'd throw the stream on just because I'm kind of AFK as a healer in this dungeon, anyways. If you guys want to talk UVS in the chat, I'm pretty sure all 4 viewers are UVS players. I'm down to talk UVS while I do this. After this dungeon, I'm gonna head to new player starting zones. I'm gonna start throwing out bags because bags are like the most important thing when you first start. Anyone who's played WoW Classic Hardcore knows you get them first bags, man. That's where it's really at. I'll probably watch some nostalgia UVS stuff later too. I meant to do that on Tuesday, but then my family actually celebrated Thanksgiving on Tuesday. So Tuesday was my father's birthday. So he loves Thanksgiving. It's like his favorite holiday. He loves to cook big meals and stuff. So like that's like the holiday we combine. A lot of times his birthday falls on Thanksgiving, like the actual day. Just finished cooking mashed potatoes. Yeah, dude, the nostalgia bait. If you're gonna be playing retro, I wonder. Oh, I bet I can find an old Athena game. It probably won't be like anything like what a retro Athena looks like, but there's got to be some Athena footage out there, dude. That character was like low key nutso, and then sometimes high key. Also, I need mana. Wolfwood, you stop playing UVS. Why'd you stop playing UVS, bro? It's better than it's ever been, unironically. Like, actually, I won't say competitive one, but, I think casual UVS, if you watched my video from earlier today, which also was supposed to go up too, but I fucked up the recording because my equipment sucks. Guy's pre-hotting. Doesn't trust me. But yeah, so like right now, like casual UVS is actually unironically, genuinely, truthfully better than I think it's been maybe in 10 years, maybe ever. Maybe actually ever. That one's tough. Casual UVS was honestly super good, like right before Battle for Power. And honestly, after Blood Omen, I think casual was like fine. Competitive UVS, man, that's always been sketch. I think that's true for any card game with a standard format. Standard Magic is critically not people's favorite. Yeah, like if you're hyper focused on competitive play, I mean, first of all, that's just not really how like any card game functions, right? Like maybe Flesh and Blood. Flesh and Blood might be the exception, and I haven't kept up with Flesh and Blood in like 3 years. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if people told me that casual Flesh and Blood is better than it's ever been either. If they like actually took a microscope to their casual experience, proved it. I think I got everyone reforted. I gotta hit the pig. Oh, the hunter's pet. We drink. This guy will be fine. If he hits 50, I'll heal him. Oh, I'm not even wearing my healing gear. Haha. Actually, I have plus healing gear. A bunch of it dropped while I was doing Stone Talent. But yeah, I talked in my video earlier today about how like as the year has gone on, like casual play has been like really fleshed out, um, with stronger cards to put in your deck. And I think that kind of carried early MHA. Early MHA, I think the power gap between characters was actually bigger. Maybe not. No, that might be bull. I don't know. I feel like the power gap between some characters was definitely bigger than it is now. Um, but in AO or in MHA format, one of the big things was you could put a card like release in your deck, and your deck was automatically better than almost every symbol without release. You know, like any character without release was probably like struggling to make a case to be as good as your low tier life chaos air deck that could play for release. You know, especially like passing the torch plus release, so you can build your whole hand and then draw cards back. Like low tier life characters were still really good. Um, Now a lot of the staples are like infinity, so it doesn't feel the same. You know, like you can't leverage moment of normalcy over other decks. There's definitely still like some really strong cards you put in the 60. You know, like Hanji 3 from Glasgow. You know, I didn't expect the text on that character to matter at all. It ended up mattering a little bit, you know, but uh I really thought that deck was just going to be carried by like the attacks in it, you know, and it might be. We didn't get to see a ton of it, unfortunately, because of filled with doubt. Yeah, well, there's been a lot of webcam events. I haven't done too much TTS recently, just because I'm kind of paranoid that there's going to be some issue with TTS events coming up soon. We've also got some people making like some actual, what do you call them? Like simulators, like actual UVS based specific like engines and stuff. There's two of them actually being made right now. So like, I don't know. I'm kind of wary that like digital ways to play the game might get me in trouble. And I'm wondering if like pricing for like digital events should be different. So far, they've all been smaller. That's the other thing too, is the TTS events. I haven't done like a big one on TTS. I guess I should try to do like a 5 round event on TTS. I've only done the really quick ones because it feels like TTS shouldn't be like the premier primary way to play. You know, I want to encourage people to buy the cards and own the cards. And if I have a store sponsoring my event, I really don't like doing TTS. Um, you know, Sean O'Brien has. I've talked to Sean O'Brien about it in the past, right? And like he obviously wants people to buy the cards, you know, and so TTS is kind of against his interest, and I respect that. And I don't want to bring that energy to like other stores that are going to be trying to sell product. So I don't want to run an event with like bad pricing. You know, it just makes people feel bad for signing up. So I could probably try to do a big one with TTS. And yeah, I think a lot of people didn't have locals, and so competitive was all they had. And I think that's been a big part of it too, is like realizing like no matter how small my locals is, I can still just like bring more casual decks and like we can have fun with it. And I think my casuals stopped going to regionals, my locals stopped going to regionals, and I think they started playing more casually because of that too. Like the world's point system just kind of made it so they don't get to go to worlds anyways. So they were like, I can't go to all these regionals. There's not that many on the west. They all happened like back to back to back, right? So my locals kind of gave up on competitive. Some stores think TTS helps get people interested in buying the real cards. I also believe that. That's why I want to do more TTS retro stuff. I truly believe that I mean, it works on me. So like, I grew up a poor kid, And if there's any game with a miniature, even like hero clicks, like the cheap ones, you know, like I never played Warhammer, but I got to play Blood Bowl because people would just like bring a full team and they're like, hey, there's 10-year-olds here who want to play games, you know? And sure enough, I bought like a Blood Bowl team in my 20s, so just like one box set, had someone basically build and paint it for me. But, you know, playing the game with proxied pieces, you know, borrowed pieces from other people, absolutely got me to. It's like a, you know, it's like demoing the game kind of like an advance. So I fully believe that like if we had like a healthy TTS retro circuit, it would only get more people to buy retro cards in the long run. But it would take about a year, and it would take constant support, and it would take constant events that give people lots of opportunities to play with, you know, all the different cards. Um, Also, retro webcam is really rough. Webcam specifically on retro is like nightmare fuel for people who gotta like have someone read all their cards out to them, you know? So that's another good reason for retro specifically. But I'm definitely like a try before you buy guy. UVS only digital game? Yeah, I agree. Also, I will say this here while I'm on stream for the record. I am low-key afraid that people that if we do big pricing for TTS, people will find a way to cheat on TTS and it will be harder to spot it. You know, TTS games you don't really require people to like record them, stream them or whatever, you know. And I don't think it's easier to cheat on TTS in general than it is on webcam. Um, Especially because, truth be told, people are still pretty lax about their opponent's hands on camera. Everyone's just, you know, trying to have fun, and the reality is, you know, only like a few people really are going to be cheating you, and it just sucks when they do. But I am afraid that like if someone finds a way to cheat on TTS, it won't be easy for like a regular person to spot. You know, like I'll have to be like a programmer or dig into the files or something. But so far, I haven't seen that. So far, from what I know, TTS is safer than webcam as far as cheating. You know, like as far as I can tell, like there's a script in the game that like if you try to modify files and stuff, like it'll show in the logs. You'd have to find a way. I don't know. Nick Reagan, like people who are good at coding, probably. There's a lot of developers and coders in the community. They probably have a better answer than. Found the same for Riftbound. Great for testing and cooking, and then you buy stuff you like. Yeah, exactly. Nothing sucks more than like. So as far as digital clients go, especially, I hate it when like I go on Arena and I make a deck and then I end up not liking it, and I can't even sell the cards. Right? Like I'm stuck with those cards. There's no like I guess you can dust them in some games, like Hearthstone, you can dust them, but you get like a fraction back. Yeah, you can spot cheating patterns over time. You know, people were definitely suspicious of Jose Narono, and you could hear like on commentary, the commentators would usually, myself included, would usually be like, "Wow," and he always has it. You know, but I think even with patterns, like you can't really accuse people. You know, like this is probably saying too much, but we still currently have people who, you know, are under suspicion, you know, and they do good at a lot of online events. Just like Jose, they do good at in-person events, you know, but I fully believe that like you have to have actual proof, you know? Like the whole Jose thing was so annoying because they didn't just show the proof. If someone had just shown proof, like literally none of the back and forth fiasco would have ever happened, you know? And as soon as the proof did come out, no one was defending him. But yeah, it's one of those things where like having hard actual evidential proof is is way more difficult than spotting patterns. Especially when in smaller events and smaller communities, it's kind of expected that the same people do well. You know, like it's pretty rare that top players in this game won't like coast to a top cut type stuff. So, but yeah, I definitely think TTS is a great tool. I'm really excited to see the digital clients that people are developing though, because if I can run events on digital clients that I know the owner, like I know Nick Reagan, if I can have Nick Reagan verify tournament results to me and like, he'll know on the back end if people are hacking in or cheating or whatever, that would make me feel so much better. Like if I can run a digital event over a program that actually codes the cards correctly and people can't lie about how an interaction works, like that would make me so fucking happy. Give me the digital client where Nick Reagan can see if somebody like, messed with the code or tried to do a plugin or something. Like that's what I'm talking about. What am I in combat with? Might have just wiped us. I'm in combat with something. Okay, now I'm out of combat. They evaded. Now I'm in combat. I think we can definitely make it happen within reason. Like absolutely. I'll let the mage have it. I was gonna ask if I could need for the spirit, but I'll let the mage have it. I really want int spirit more than, oh, I don't know. I kind of want stand. They want to kill the crab, but the crab is like glitched out. But yeah, that is low key one of the things I'm most excited about for having a digital client is if I can run tournaments on the digital client, then it probably makes the game a lot more. Classic WoW parkour, baby. We're teaching the young generation. We're teaching them how to glitch up walls. Let's go. That's another thing. No UVS ran web events anymore. I think his relaxed suspension being up soon. So I guess you have to define lighter sentence. I get that like they gave him a sentence, right? And then you do, just to be clear, you do recognize that the lightened sentence is, I just realized my chat's over my my webcam. Um you do realize though that the lightened sentence is only for community events, not for competitive events, and it's specifically because basically people at his locals were going to let him return to his locals anyways, and to make the events copacetic on the UGN, they decided to allow him to participate in those events, local levels events. He doesn't participate in any webcam, anything that I do. Um, I specifically asked him not to at one point. I think he wanted to like judge or something like that, and I was like, because I was desperate for a judge. I was like, I cannot have the guy who was suspended for cheating webcam judge my webcam event. You know, like there's no shot I can do that. At the very, very minimum, until the full suspension is, served out. And realistically, I don't think they should let someone who was ever banned for cheating into the judge program for like, a long time. Like 5 years, maybe 10. Like truly, like I don't think people who have compromised the integrity of the game should be in charge of the integrity of the game for like any reason. Like I don't think he should be allowed to judge stuff. So, that being said, oh, I can't use daggers yet. Fuck, I was gonna equip my lance. But that being said, like I don't really see a big issue with him playing locals events, especially since if his locals have forgiven him and are okay with him playing like in person, like I think that's a little different. Um, but like the competitive suspension is still in full effect. So the lighter sentence, all it really does is it means that his locals can put their events on the UGN instead of not putting them on the UGN, or I mean, probably more realistically, ban evading and just making like a fake account, so that everyone else can still get their point. Like, I almost guarantee you, if they didn't lift the suspension, like the TO would just sign themselves up, like whoever's running the tournament, and whatever pairing it would just be Jose. I'm pretty sure he's still banned from regionals until like early next year. It was a 2-year ban like during last year. I'm pretty sure if I wasn't in a dungeon and other people's lives depended on me, as easy as this dungeon's been, like nobody has fucking been in trouble yet. I was a little late on that dispel though. But like I'm pretty sure I could look it up, and yeah, I think he's banned for a little bit longer. Oh, hey. Oh, that's so good. It looks so cool. It is better than Emberstone, but I'll let the mage have it. Just a nice guy today. I value the stamina a lot more right now from Emberstone staff, I think. Not that any of you guys like care about WoW, I'm sure. Like talking about WoW stuff. Yeah, so I'm a big believer that you have to punish people. The punishments have to matter. Um I fully believe that you have to have a punishment, and the punishment has to be relevant, right? It has to matter in some way. But I also believe that when that punishment is up, that person should be given the benefit of the doubt again, basically is the best way to put it. Maybe not the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's probably okay to still out them. Um, but if people are if serving the punishment does not change anything, if you serve the punishment and then people still treat you exactly the same, I don't understand what the point of the punishment would be, right? So I do think that, like, if it was me, I don't think I would have done anything to modify the suspension, just because I've already given out the punishment, and any leeway, any lenience, um, any lenience is gonna upset people, you know. And I think that once you've made the decision, like, it's fine to stick to it and not upset other people. So, but again, I feel like the main understanding of lessening the sentence of lightening the sentence from you can't play in any events to you can only play in casual events was almost strictly uh, a practical measure. You know, I don't think they went, "Oh man, poor Jose. We should let him play in local events because he's been doing good." I think it was more, it's not like he got off on good behavior. I think it was more like there was a conversation with people who run the local levels events that he would want to participate in, and a discussion maybe like, um, with him specifically, and they realized that he can't really ruin it for everyone if he goes to his local game store and supports the game. You know, like at the end of the day, there is a customer there who you can get money from, and it sucks, but like, uh, I don't think that barring him from playing with his friends at locals and preventing his friends from getting points because they want to play with him is like a huge injustice to all the other players. Um, but it will be weird as fuck when he goes back to regional, like sometime next year. Focus up here. At some point, Akuma is supposed to like enrage and hit really hard. But we might just be killing him too fast. Not taking any. Hell yeah, brother. Dude, I completed all my quests? Holy shit. Go, dude. I think classic WoW is still fun. I'll get to Wolfwood's message in a minute. It's just really long, and I'm trying to buff my allies here. They all leave. All right, they don't want the fortitude. Fuck them. Fuck them. They don't want my buff. Here they are. What a dude. Get my blessing of Black Fathom. Yeah, I feel like Classic WoW has always been fun. I played on, well, I maybe shouldn't say it, but I played on those servers. Like all the way back in like 2008, you know? Like basically ever since Wrath of the Lich King came out, I was like, damn, I wish I could go back to Classic. Although I liked Wrath of the Lich King, don't get me wrong, I just also really liked Azeroth, you know? Um, I really liked when expansions started taking place in Azeroth primarily. So that was a big step up for me. Like, I was stoked for Cataclysm, and then like I was like college aged and didn't play a single fucking minute of Cataclysm until Mists of Pandaria came out because I was just like busy going to parties and shit, and like I think I bought the expansion and then didn't buy a subscription, you know, like, but I can't remember. Um, but right, say it was that money event he won. No offense to him, but if I had traveled to the event, I cannot honestly say I would sit across from him and play a game. Like here in Louisville, webcam was a big part of the draw to the game. Then it got cut out, and once that happened, the locals died. But once his punishment is up, yeah, I'd give the benefit and play, but right now, no. And I don't think Omar had his adjusted. So I think Omar, that's the thing, is Omar's not playing at locals. So this is like, I guess, the context that I have, and I think Omar put it in like his little spiel. Um, but my understanding is Omar basically cheated because, well, I shouldn't say because, but you know, he cheated, and then in his like apology letter, he was like, I am going to quit the game and go to college. He was not gonna play the game anyways, you know? And so Omar's thing kind of reeks of like somebody who felt like there is no punishment because he's gonna quit the game anyways. He might want to come back to the game in 2 years. He might want to play the game after college. But like my understanding was that he was not going to be playing the game anyways, you know? And I don't know if that influenced his decision to cheat. I don't know if he knows Jose and, you know, they talked about it and conspired, which seems, I guess, kind of plausible, but also like not. Um, you know, because Omar was like really new. He's really young. Um, and I don't know how much people like knew him. You know, I don't know how much his like locals knew him, trusted him, whatever. Um, and so his situation is just a little bit different. But I don't think Omar is showing up at locals and trying to play the game. I don't think he is participating to, remember how I was talking like the whole idea is it's a practical thing where people are still friends with Jose and his locals still happen and his locals still invite him to play. I think it took a while, you know, it took like a year or something. Um, but Omar is not there and he doesn't have locals inviting him to play. And if he was, they might have lessened his sentence too. You know, they might have given him the exact same consideration. Um, and it would have been the same situation entirely. It's people that their locals have forgiven and their locals want them to play at locals, and it just makes things easier for everyone if they can. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's what I would have done. I would have probably not done that, right? If I was UVS Games, I don't think I would have done that for either player. Holy shit, the ding. But I can't believe I leveled off that run, even though I was like halfway. New wand. New. What's my DPS now? Is it before? 4 DPS higher. Nice. Anyways, yeah, I think the Omar situation is just the difference in the practicality of it. It's the practicality of, you know, people are going to be playing games at this local store with Jose or not, and it's better for UVS Games, albeit probably unfortunately, if he's signed up and everyone signs up and plays the game. Otherwise, their locals probably would just run locals without using the UGN. I don't think his locals would care enough about rewards points or whatever to like fuck with that. Or again, they would just, you know, lie and use a different account and whatever. So I don't know. I can understand not wanting to play a game in person with them. I even wonder, I'll be honest, you know, again, as somebody who is like friends with them, I wonder if he cheats in person. I feel like if people are willing to cheat on webcam, they're not that far from cheating in person. Obviously, on webcam, you're safe from someone whooping your ass. Um, you're safe from someone reaching across the table and fucking throttling you. So you're probably a little more inclined to cheat from the safety of your own home when you can just turn your computer off and ignore the consequence.
Go in peace.
I want to go to Ironforge. This is okay. I got to go to Aberdeen and then Ironforge. Yeah, I think the biggest things for me with the whole Jose situation was obviously he doubled down. So I'll say this. The main reason, it's always been in the back of my mind, the main reason I would not lessen the punishment for Jose, and I think I might actually do it for Omar first. But the main reason I think that as Universe's games that I would not lessen the punishment is Jose didn't just come out and admit it, right? He didn't just say, "Yeah, I cheated. I got caught. I'm sorry. It sucked. Like the whole thing sucks. I suck." Um, and like owned up to it, but he doubled down. And we always
Peace be with you.
want to encourage people to just come clean. Just make it easy for everyone. You got caught. You did it. Like, and that's the other thing too, is they probably didn't. I wonder if they had just showed the evidence, right? If they had just actually come out and said, yeah, we caught him cheating. Low key, okay, I don't know. This is such a multi-tiered thing and not what I wanted to talk about on Thanksgiving, but uh I think if he had just come clean and admitted it, like I'd be more okay with the idea of lessening the punishment after a year. And again, still only to locals, still only to casual, no big pricing events, Um, but he doubled down and he just didn't admit it. And when the evidence came out, he still doubled down and he didn't apologize and he didn't, own up to it until like way later. And I think that's the biggest issue for me. At the end of the day, man, people are human and we all have weaknesses. Luckily for me, my weakness is like ordering DoorDash when I can't afford it and putting it on a credit card. For me, it's I walk through the grass when I'm not supposed to and I jaywalk and shit. For other people, it's cheating at games, right? And whether or not you really believe one is worse than the other, I think the biggest thing is when people are willing to own up to it, and usually it takes getting caught. I'm pretty sure if I got a ticket for jaywalking, I don't think I'd jaywalk anymore, at least be really careful when I do. So, like that human element of it, like recognizing that, um, and letting people like try to do the right thing is cool. But that was my big issue was like he got caught and he just kept up with the lie. That's why I don't think I would that would be like the main determinant factor for me in lessening the ban or whatever. If he was like super apologetic and came clean, and honestly, the other thing is it's can't say for certain, can't accuse him, but it's probably very, very likely that he cheated in other events, right? And nobody wants to dig their hole any deeper. But I really think that if he had admitted to cheating in other events, and I guess the point I've been trying to make this whole time while setting it up is he should have given the fucking prizing back. I can totally understand if that money got spent and he didn't have it or whatever. But that would become a priority for me, I guess. But again, I don't know. I don't cheat. Like, and
I am listening.
being human, right? There's definitely times where I've thought, can I get away with something here? I've definitely thought, man, I would really prefer it, if this card was in my hand, right? Stuff like that. Like, you just think about stuff like that. And every time, the decision for me is just, I would lose so much more than I would gain from winning this event, you know? The cheater's mentality is that you'll always get away with it and never get caught. And all I do is I just think, wow, what if I got caught? And immediately it's not worth it. Immediately it's not worth winning a card game and shit like that. And so I really, really think that I think he could have really done a lot for his own reputation and maybe even for webcam in general. If two things happened, if immediately he just confessed and apologized, and if he actually returned the prizing to prove that it like wasn't about basically stealing money from people, because I think it was David Tomb's event that I can't remember what the pricing was, but I think it was like cash prize. I think it was like $200. You know, he tried to he tried to you know cheat away the character card, which luckily we got caught. Luckily we caught that. That was like the breaking point. But all the community events he cheated in, he should have just given the prize money back or whatever the pricing ended up being. If it was like packs or whatever, if you got like a booster box, buy a booster box and send it back to the guy. Um, I fully think that like if you do everything you can to make people whole, it goes a long way. And when you don't do that, it shows me that you were just trying to get away with it the whole time and you don't care about other people. So that's why I would not want to lessen the punishment, even for just like a locals. But I think the locals thing purely, purely, purely practical, you know? Um and like I've played UVS with him since then on
Hello,
TTS,
dear.
like we've
Hello.
played casual games. It's weird, it's not the same, and it's been like only a handful of games maybe in 2 years, but uh it's one of those things where I totally get why people are upset about it still, and I get where like the idea that he basically ruined competitive online events, like destroyed a lot of people's ways to play the game. So I don't blame people for begrudging him for that at all. I just hope that they understand that it's not like UVS likes Jose and is showing him favoritism by lessening the sentence. They are strictly just allowing his locals to function when his locals have forgiven him, basically. You know. But yeah, I guess just to put a cap on it and get off the subject, 'cause I don't even know why I'm going on about it. I just wish he had at this point. I just wish he had returned the pricing. I wish he had just paid back all the people that he got pricing from. All right, let's switch to something happy. Switch to some happy holidays. Let's go to the noob section. We can go to the starting zone and we can bless some new player run. I gotta come back here to do all these quests where they turn gray, but let's go to Coldridge Valley. Make some bags for some new players. That's what I want to do. Oh, we could do like some little baby enchants. We could enchant we could enchant their gear with like plus 5 health and get my enchanting up. Let's go, dude. We can help new players and help ourselves. My enchanting, I was gonna wait till like Alderman, but I should kind of get started on it. This was my original plan, and then I got invited to a group, and I was like, "Yeah, I should probably do this dungeon before it turns gray. Get that easy experience."
How are you? Be good. Off with you.
Painting or spear. I think I value stamina on this run more than spirit. Much as priests love spirit and are all about spirit, I think I'm gonna value the stamina for the hardcore run. I don't want to die, man. Oh man, my blessing of Black Fathom is gonna actually run out. That's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna go bless some new players. I gonna give them some baby enchants. I should stop by the enchanting trainer and learn something new.
Can't start yet.
Dude, Ironforge has the best setup. Actually, like, so far ahead of every other city as far as layout. Good Christmas on Thanksgiving, yeah. I do, I used to, my paladins are always named Santa. I have like a running paladin named, Santarin. Call him Santa for short. And when I roleplayed him in D&D, he's a D&D character that, I can put the silk in the healing gear. But, yeah, when I roleplayed him in D&D, I always made it a point that, like, he would visit orphanages, you know, and, like, always pay the tithing, like, always did, like, the full role. Never actually kept money on my paladin character. And, like, his whole thing was he would bring presents to orphans. And I don't think anyone I ever played with actually picked up on the idea that his nickname was Santa. And I always made it a point to, like, find children to bring presents to. One version of him, I straight up had him take craft toy making or something. You know, I think I had like craft clockwork, and he was like a paladin who like made like little clockwork uh trinkets and stuff. And most of them were just toys for children.
Here there.
And nobody has like ever remarked on it. Nobody ever said anything. I think that's good. Let me make the rod finally. That'll free up some inventory.
Talk to me.
Do a bunch of minor enchantments.
Be good.
Let me find almost certainly either in the Mystic Order or the main search. Long time. That main Arcanery, that's it.
Would you like to purchase something?
If I remember correctly, you need about 150 strange dust to go from like level 50 enchanting, whatever like the next break is. Minor absorption. Minor absorption always sounded cool. I could do my own stuff just so I can get the minor stamina. See where we're at. Oh my god, dude, I have gray bracers? What the I still have patchwork bracers? Oh my god, dude. How have I not found any green bracers? How have I not made them? I'm a tailor, bro.
See you soon.
Can I not make any bracers yet? No. Not green ones. That's crazy. Alright. And then... Did I even learn the thing I was supposed to
What
learn?
can I do for you?
No, I did not. Alright, minor stamina. And then this is at 60.
Watch your back.
This is what, more? Is it? Just tell me it's more strange dust. Yeah, okay. So I guess I'll do minor health until that turns yellow. Can I learn the next... Oh, can I learn the next tier of enchanting, please? Can I please... Get more than 25 skill points at once here.
Can I help you?
Yes. Okay, good. Good. All right. Cool.
Right.
Alrighty, time to head to the starting zone. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Hi, how are you? Off and away. Be
Yeah, I'll
seeing
get that
you.
later. I want to clear my quest log of a
Pleased
quest.
to meet you.
Yes. Is 30 the sweet spot for Gnomragon? I think most people do it when they're like 33, 35 to be safe. You don't want to pull down in the tram area. I do kind of wish I could do some Beast Slayer enchants, but I would need like Sharp Fang or Sharp Claw. It has like a weird reagent. That's probably not too expensive, but nobody's gonna have a weapon at this low level actually worth. Like I'll throw Beast Slayer out on like Cruel Barbs, like some Dead Mines loot. Oh, who gave me that? So I can't do the enchant while running, or I'd try to enchant this person's bracer.
How are you? What can I do for you?
Jordan's the homie. Anyone who's played a paladin knows Jordan Stillwell is the homie. Alright. Should make a macro. Do in a chat, that's what. Uh, around here. Normally on holidays, WoW is pretty busy. But maybe not. Maybe it's too late in the day. Dude, there's nobody? Nobody here? Nope, I don't need any of those spells there. Waste some money. Not a single noob here?
I'm out of range.
Got really bad brace. Whoa, sweet dude. Again with the gifted subs, man? What's... Thank you. That you don't have to do that, though. I really appreciate it. That's too kind of you, though, man. Gifting subs to people I don't recognize. One bag given out. Yeah, dude, you're a one-man hype train. You did that all by yourself. That's literally just you. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate it. The support you've given the UVS community, dare I say, is more than anyone in, at the very least, a short amount of time. You know, you only got like legacy lifetimers to compete with, and you know, I don't know how else to put it, man, but it, you know, it's made like everything pretty much that I've done this year possible outside of like strictly casting official events. So thank you. I hope we do more in 2026. I'm working on I should probably collab with you actually on the questions. And like I was gonna definitely send you a copy when I get it done. Oh shoot, Bill Evans just posted the Webcam Warriors replay. Talking about he's thankful to have such a great game community events. He got to participate in Spotlight. That's so cool, man. Oh wait. Not fast enough to trade them. All right, they don't want the. They don't know I have a bag for him. It's okay. We're gonna bless like real noobs, like actual first timer noobs. What was I talking about? Oh, I'm trying to make like a survey. I'm trying to make like a survey to help improve community events next year. You know, I'm gonna have questions like which day of the weeks, which day of the week is better, which days of the week I should say are better for running events. You know, there's been a lot of split between Saturday, Sunday, and I would love to have like on record how many more people play Saturday, because those events do perform better than Sunday ones. You know, which platforms people prefer, because right now it's very much webcam, but you know, finding out how many people really care about TTS and stuff like that could help tailor it. So I'm pouring gas on good ideas. Well, hey man, I got ideas are what I got, you know? Like I hate being an idea guy. I would much rather be an action guy. But that usually just requires resources I don't have. you know, and not just money, but like time. You know, I wish I could do so much more. Yeah, I would so much rather show people. I would so much rather be about it, you know. Um I one of the things I hate like with you know, like company uh communication, right? Is I like a lot of people complain like, oh, they want like more ban lists, they want more articles, they want more communication from the company. And I'm actually super cool with just having like less communication if it means you don't set me up, you know, if you don't give me expectations that you don't follow through on. So, and I am really bad as a human being. I personally am really not great at communicating with people because I usually would rather wait until I can um I should buy bracers. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Streaming sucks with ADHD for real. You always are just like halfway through a sentence and you're like, what am I doing? But yeah, I suck at communicating because I would almost rather do all the work first and then talk to people. You know, I would rather do everything my way and show people that I'm really gonna do it. Uh and then present it to them, and usually that's not the best way to collaborate on things. But that's how it's been for me, man. That's I've pretty much always have rather, you know. And that player's logging out. Oh, dude, don't go. All right, Echoes. Well, he's got a guild. He's probably fine. He's chrono booming the buff by logging out. Start spamming the max. How come I can't click on these people? Holy shit. Now they're not online. Gank him. I can't gank him. He's on my faction, bro. With my alt? I don't have an alt. I'm not good at hardcore. I've never actually made it to 60. Oh. This is my main character at 29. I'm like not even halfway. All right, this guy doesn't know. All right, let me. Now it's got +5 health, baby. It's such a bad enchant, but people are stoked to get any help. I don't know if you realize this, Tree. This is for those of you watching who don't play WoW. I'm doing the hardcore challenge on this server. This is a hardcore server. So if your character dies, it's dead forever. You don't have to delete it, I guess, but you can't revive. So like every little advantage you can get, people are down to take. And so a lot of people will like reject these gifts because they're doing like an ultra hardcore challenge. But it is what it is.
Brilliant!
Because the first thing I did on hardcore was buy bags. Like I was gonna do like solo self-found like super hardcore challenge or whatever. And then I wanted to buy bags and I had to go to the auction house. Then I made a character where I can make bags, but yeah. Definitely gank him, the ultimate lesson, yeah. Yeah, it's very wild. I've lost maybe like 20 hours of my life to this shit. I've had a bunch of characters die. I think the character I had die with the most time. Where's this character at? Slash Blade. So this character I've put 36 hours into. Granted, a lot of that's AFK travel because I like to like jump on a griffin and then like go AFK and go make dinner or whatever. But if I die, that's 36 hours essentially that this character was put into that are just wasted. So I think the character that I've done the most on was also 36, but I did a lot faster leveling. But it was about the same. So, but I've definitely lost like 20 hours of my life, like just this week, like this, like I coming back to it, you know? Needs more PK. I'm not a good PvPer, but I love leveling on PvP servers. I love getting into little fights with people my own level. But ever since Classic Anniversary, like ever or not Anniversary, ever since they did Vanilla WoW Classic like 2019 or whatever, leveling on PvP servers is so full of people ganking, like content creators and stuff. Like it's crazy. It was not fun. Oh, wait. Stable as. He said, "Whoa, really?" It's just a 6-shot bag, man. You too. It's a red linen bag, so it's stained with the blood of all my alts that have. Oh, I just realized there's no supply guy here to give me thread. Oh, I don't have the supplies I need to make more bags. I thought I could make bags out here, but I need coarse thread or fine thread. The starting zones don't have vendors for. Huh. Bruh. Armorer? Probably only metal armor, right?
Off with it.
It's kind of weird that they have item vendors here. Just because you're not really supposed to buy these items.
What can I get for you today?
Other. I'm going to buy bracers. I'm going to give them to players. The recent info is good. UVS done a nice ban list. Yeah, I love the ban list. I'm making a ban list video soon, but I want to have a conversation with another human being about it rather than just like me talking at my computer. I'm really trying to get away from the me sitting here talking at my computer vibe, but like I did it for the Thanksgiving video because I fucked up the recording when I did it in my backyard. The local champion post doesn't make me want to play again since I have no local. I thought they got rid of local championships and they made it something different.
What can I do for you?
But I guess people are still calling them LCs for a reason. I don't know. I don't know. Best players in a region travel versus LCs that wouldn't fire. So I think, can someone put in chat what the pricing for first place on an LC? I think I know what it is, but I don't want to spread misinformation. I'm hoping that you can run retro LCs. That's kind of what I'm hoping. It's a little I'm a little afraid of gatekeeping, but you know. Little 5 health. Get you some 5 health on there. It's so pointless, but like it feels good, man. I'm just trying to make people smile. They're like such tiny buffs, but like the first levels are so boring, and it's so frustrating having just one bag that I'm hoping that this just actually makes the worst part of the grind more impressive. Invite and travel. Wait, you have to earn invites to regionals? Don't say that. That's a world's invite, right? You get a world's invite for winning an LC? Please don't tell me we have to get invited to world's invite. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. A world's invite and a plane voucher, like the 150 for travel, is the thing I'm most excited about because I've been kind of pushing for that for a while. Not that I ever won a PTC, but one of the things that made me want to win a PTC really badly back in the day, you know, we're talking like fucking 12 years ago now, ridiculously long time. But the thing that made me want to win it the most was I could go to the next PTC for free. You know, the only PTCs I ever went to were in Nevada. There's Reno, Las Vegas. I went to San Antonio one time, and I think that's it as far as PTCs go. I never really got to travel like the other players. Either I had work or I was broke. Either I had to go to work or I was out of work and couldn't afford it. So there's a lot of stuff like that where I would have just been stoked to be able to go to the next one. Oh, you self-found. Oh, these guys are self-found. They cannot take items from me. That's one thing I was prepared for. Oh, dude, you're in Louisville? They had a whole ass regional there, but there's no local scene? That's actually tragic, man. I didn't realize that. That's so tragic. Maybe I should try Elwyn. Maybe more people are doing the Elwyn. This guy self-found? Yeah, he is. All these self-found gnomes. Now I'm a furball. Do furballs have a dance? Oh, they don't have a dance animation? That sucks. Why do people want this item? Like, why do people actually care about this item? You can't even dance, man. What does the cast animation look? Oh, the cast animation is thick, though. These guys are self-found. I can't give them items. Yeah, you have a regional, but not locals is a rough place to be, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been very bummed about a lot of this stuff when it comes to like where events are. Like nothing in Vegas this year is wild to me. And don't get me wrong, the Vegas local scene's not like super strong, but it is like a few dedicated players and some people, you know, it's like 5 to 8 people who will show up, you know, to a regional type stuff and try to make locals. Um, and it's just like such a good location. for like the average person to travel to, man. I don't know. UK local scene was crazy. Crazy big? Or just crazy people? Alright, there's not that many new players here. I thought this place would be kind of packed. I'm not gonna lie. I thought there'd be a good number here, but not really that many noobs. 10 to 12 on a low day, dude. That smokes. That smokes, American local. What are we doing?
Too far away. I need to get closer. Too far away.
All right, I gave out 6 bags. We've enchanted 5 bracers. We gave out 2 bracers. We enchanted a couple more. Let's head to the human starting zone. Or I could go to the elf starting zone. They hate being there, though.
Hi,
They,
how
like,
are
try
you?
to teleport out as soon as they can. Yeah, I think... So, I'm not... I have an American's understanding of geography, but my understanding, too, is that for specifically the UK, it's supposed to be, like, relatively easy to travel from like place to place, right? Like it should be relatively easy to get all the people in there. I only had bracers to give him with the +5 health, but I need to go get more bags. Oh, I need to swap my Shadow Word Pain Zone. Also, the regional downtown versus airport hotel was way cooler. Yeah, so I'll be honest. The airport hotels are cool for me personally. I don't think that they're the best location for anyone outside of like the staff of the event or people who specifically are broke and are like not doing anything else, and I'm both of those people. So like I'm always really sad that like whenever I go to these places, I'm like, well, all I did was go to the airport and that's basically it. I didn't really leave the airport. The airport hotel is across the street from the airport. And I absolutely love that I can take a 5-minute shuttle for free to and from the airport. I love that. I love that the airport hotels have all been really nice for the most part. The last couple without the ACs and shit, real sketchy. Honestly, real sketchy. But the first few that we did, super, super nice. Um, and it's only really like Atlanta and Louisville where it was like, come on, man, what the fuck are we doing with the broken ACs and shit? So, uh, like I think it was Denver. Like one of the places even had like a good free breakfast. So the airport hotels were kind of a step up in a lot of ways, but only for like really specific people and reasons. Outside of that, dude, they should be at conventions. Like outside of that, I hate going to conventions. I don't want to have UVS events at conventions. Um, even working them, definitely not as a player because I don't want to like pay to get into the convention or whatever. But like practicality wise, man, people will enjoy their trip better if they're not stuck at the fucking airport all weekend. You know, finding cool places to eat, finding cool bars to hang out at. Normal human being shit, normal things people do when they travel. Way fucking better if we're downtown. Yeah, the Louisville hotel was sketchy. They had too much shit going on and not enough to show for it. So not loving the Louisville one. But the ones before that, like I liked the Denver one. I liked the Denver location. That one was not an airport hotel. And I liked that one. So granted, I wasn't working that event. I didn't get to play in that event. So I spent the entire weekend making fun of people and making content with the response on Play Guys. So I might have just been having a good time, like in general. Hey, I got a hug. Kenzie hugged me. That's cool. I got a lot of thank yous, but that's the first hug. All right, let me go. I gotta go make more bags. I feel kind of bad I'm not giving out more bags. I thought I'd be able to buy. First, I just thought I could buy the thread and the dye at the starting zone, but I cannot. Let me go. Let me go make some more bags for people. I wonder if I can make wool bags soon. I have 112 tailoring. I should be able to make wool bags now. What am I doing? All right. Fix my stuff up. I do have a 10 slot bag and an 8 slot that I found. Forgot from a quest. Mm -hmm.
Still recharging.
Great to meet you. Safe travel.
I I am excited to see the LCs kind of fit the role that PTCs used to. And I'm excited to think that people will get to travel to way more events. Um, I do think it's a little sad that we don't get to invest even like a little bit for coverage in it, but I don't think that's really UVS's problem. I'm hoping that people stream their LCs. I'm hoping that stores set stuff up and make them feel like the level of event that they should be. Oh, there's woolen bag right there. I could have made it. Could have made wool bags for like ever now. Oh.
How are ya?
But
Safe travels.
yeah, I just hope that they're like treated well, you know? More linen, I can make 5 of these. Good. And then wool bags, I can make 9.
Watch your back.
Let's go to the human starting area. Yeah, I imagine like stores are like super invested, and especially stores that like have a content creator around are gonna stream theirs. right? Like, I would be very surprised if Boar's Hat Gaming, I think it's called. I can't remember, but like Chris Smith, like Brody ones, locals, in Illinois, Chicago area. Like, I would be very surprised if they don't stream theirs. They already stream events. Like, I'd be very surprised if they don't get one. I just try to trade. Wait, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. Stop, stop. Why do okay, so if you see a priest running after you trying to buff you, don't run away from them. I haven't made a bag yet. Make a bag. I start making some bags so I can give out bags. The enchants, not worth shit. The bags I'm giving out, the bags are fucking gold, bro. The bags are straight up money. They are worth money. I guess I'll go to the starting zone and make the bags there. Need one more linen to make that. Alright, yeah. Go to Goldshire.
See you soon.
But yeah, like, we didn't stream PTCs back in the day because it just like wasn't part of the culture or whatever. But if we're gonna get like more than 30 people at these, which the pricing, I don't know, man. The pricing seems like it should. I think you got to get a certain amount of people for it to fire or for it to count. They certainly don't want like, 4 people handshake agreeing to run an LC and get the full travel voucher that way, I'm sure. But that's what I'm hoping. If anyone who was here for MHA1 saw the provisionals and the way that the provisional turnout was, we're probably not going to get that, especially since those were like all online because of pandemic and stuff. But I'm really hoping that we get a similar level of hype as far as coverage and standings and people feeling like they're legitimate. I think a big issue with universes as a whole is we get results from events and there always feels like there's an asterisk. It always feels like, oh well, there wasn't enough people, or the people that were there aren't basically respected enough. Like, I don't recognize these as good players. People are always, especially like really critical of the EU guys for like no reason. One of the complaints I hear all the time is that they don't innovate and they play the same stuff as like other regions, but whenever they have an event, it's either like after all the others, or like there's a brand new ban list, like that just happened and they got both of it this time. So I've never felt like those critiques were very warranted, like I always feel like there's something, dude. Like, it's so funny, right? It's like one of those classic, like, you have to pick one. Like, you have to pick which rhetoric you want to fall on the side of. And people will either say the UK players don't do anything new, they don't innovate or do anything new. And then on the flip side, people will turn around and go, why are the UK players playing this deck? I've never, this deck's bad, like, why are they playing this guy? And then they have, like, unique decks win their events at the same rate as North American events. Like, it's the same game with different people playing different stuff, man. Yeah, they have Godzilla and Deku win their events. So do we. Our finals are Deku and Godzilla too. Sometimes they have Reiner Braun win their fucking events, Like, it's so corny. But that's what I hope, is I hope that like people take the LC seriously. And I hope that they respect the LCs. And I hope that with the respect from the event, people enjoy them more. I can tell you right now, man, when people, like, when the when the discussion around events are that, like, the event was good and it was competitive and, like, it makes the people who made top 8 and especially the winner feel much better. And it makes everyone feel better for joining and participating. So we have to figure out which version of the game are we all playing, which version of the game do we care about, and which one matters. I forgot Peak won the Oceania regional. We talk a lot about EU. People don't bring up Oceania. You know, Peak and Bakugo 4 were the finals, right? Or was Bakugo semis? Was it a Peak mirror in finals? No. It was Bakugo. It was Bakugo. And like these are like decks that everyone hypes up, and then they don't perform in America. You know, they don't do well in like our meta. Where am I going? I'm not supposed to go. I think I was following the quest marker. Um, right. So they don't like. Oh, I'm trying to get. I don't know what I'm trying. I think I'm not supposed to be good. I was just supposed to go to the starting zone. Anyways, well, I was gonna get more bracers to enchant. That's what I was gonna. I can do that in the city. Anyways, but yeah, I think that I think that like we see all kinds of new different stuff, and people just dismiss it for one reason or another, and that's stupid. Like you're hurting yourself in so many ways by doing that. You know, you're hurting yourself as a player and as a colleague, you know, as a peer within the community. I want to see people be excited. I want to see people think that they're legitimate. And yeah, some might end up being quote unquote more legit than others, but like, I don't know. Let's solve that when we get there. Let's not troll our own game, you know? Like, let's not troll our own community and our own game. So you have a different style of play. I think they are smaller more. Their pet decks get streamed more. Maybe. Maybe. I don't. It's hard to say what exactly is a pet deck and what isn't, right? And the you can say like they're smaller overall. And their events, you know, probably are what roughly half the size of like the biggest NA events. But there's definitely small NA events, you know. Granted, one was in Canada, but it was only 50 people. That was comparable to Oceania, right? And then this last one, Glasgow, was 75, which is half the people of Atlanta. What was Louisville? Louisville was almost 200. So like, I don't know, maybe it's not quite half, but you know, I think when you have like a smaller group, it can go both ways because yes, you might have um like different play styles or whatever, but oh, you self found. Um yeah, so like their pet decks might get streamed more and stuff, but like if you also look at the results, you know, if you look at the top cut results, like there's always just something different for each event. And even though all the characters in the top 8 at Glasgow are like quote unquote known quantities, Mikasa Ackerman was not showing up before that ban list. Mitchell Chimino disappeared after the VME ban, you know. So granted, the Mitchell Chimino is played by an NA player, Mitchell Chimino, but you know, it is what it is. But like, you know, the days of like NA players going over to the UK for free wins doesn't happen anymore, man. Like that's not a part of our culture anymore. You know? That's not something that happens in our game the way it used to. I think the EU players and I think the Oceania players have proven themselves whenever they get a chance. Whenever they have an opportunity, they prove themselves, and it's ridiculous that people in America don't respect that. It's absolutely ludicrous that you can watch from MHA1, you know, Philip C getting second place to only the greatest fucking Universes player of all time, you know, only the actual greatest universes player of all time playing one of the best decks that people, like debated on its viability, that he helped practice with, and also was piloted by, maybe the second best universes player of all time. Like Tim Keefe had to take a break because he worked with the company, and I don't know where exactly on the tier list you gotta put Tim Keefe versus Garrett Bretts and stuff like that, right? But in the grand scheme of things, these are two top 5 all timers playing the same deck, working on it together, and you know the the EU and the Oceania players prove themselves playing against everyone. So I don't know. It's super weird. It's super corny, and I don't think like I don't think when people criticize the international players, they always seem to forget the facts. They always seem to miss some really important part of the details, in my opinion. So EU or OS player top worlds. Define top worlds, because worlds is like a 60-person invitational, right? But I don't. Now that you mention it, I don't know. Have we had an all? Who did Nick Reagan fight? Let me see. Let me see. Where's Worlds? Do we not have Worlds 2022 at all? That's funny. Is it? Bro, where is 2022's World Championship? HLC. RLE, PSPS. Oh, did we not keep decks from those events? Nick versus, oh yeah, Young Choi. Yep, he fought Young. Broberg fought Travis, and then Alex Gurney, top 4. Yep, Alex Gurney's an international player. I can't find 2022's World Championship. It's not on the top cut list. I'm gonna give this guy a bag here. Spinning around. They might have declined the trade. I don't know if they actually took my bag. I might look stupid. All right, let's go to the actual like starter zone. There's one thing that's hard to tell. Like I don't know who has an alt and can like just feed their character items. So I know year 1 was Philip C, who was an international player in second place. Nick Reagan was Nick Reagan 2023? And it happened in 2024. Yeah, okay. So the second Hero League Championship was an international player, and then the third I thought we had 4 world championships. Am I tripping? No, I guess it's just Broberg, Nick, Broberg, right? Okay, yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, it's every year. It's been 2 out of 3 years an international player got second place, and the 1 year they didn't, they got third place. So like, what are we fucking talking about, man? You know, what are we even doing here? Like,
Need help?
it's super corny. Also, low key, when it comes to competition results, and talking about like who deserves it, whatever, don't give a fuck if you're innovative. I don't give a single shit, man. Play to win. Play pony and win. Don't give a fuck. Don't care.
Can't cast that yet.
Back here. Because we're already trading. Not take the bag, I guess. It glitched out. I'm trying to bless people's run. Maybe I should put that there's a bag in the macro. Oh yeah, I'm glitched out. Alright, I gotta reload. That sucks. Sucks a lot. AFK, bro. They're self-found. Damn it. Too many self-found. This is harder than I thought. I'll have to come back tomorrow, maybe. I guess Thanksgiving people really aren't playing hardcore. Mm, 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 mm. That is also self-found. A more powerful spell active. It says increase stamina by 4. And increases by 20. I don't know. We'll chill out here for a few more minutes. And then if we don't find anyone to bless, I'll probably just start watching some UVS content. Probably what we'll do. Then I'll actually post on the socials and like get people to join in. I'll probably have to take like a small break, get some lunch. It's about lunchtime here. Maybe I'll probably end the stream and then come back. That's probably what I'll do. I'll probably end the stream and I'll restart the stream and send out like notifications on like Facebook and stuff. It sounds like a plan. A little sad though. I'm a little sad there wasn't more players available to get buffed, man. Don't just Now we're giving out some bags.
What can I do for you?
I buy and trade.
And some more bracers. Let's
Well,
get some mail and leather bracers. That way we can give them to all the classes.
Can I
The
help you?
Alliance.
See you later.
Okay, no, no. Good bless. Okay, later in the day, yeah, after the itis. Oh, there's also football. I kind of want to watch football. I might watch a football game and then come back. Yeah, after people have had Thanksgiving dinner, had the itis kick in. Maybe there will be. Normally on holidays, man, WoW is packed. In my experience, holidays people got the day off from work. Uh, this is actually such a cool thing to do because normally with like enchanting, you just constantly enchant your own gear and like replace it over and over. But this way, I get to enchant like level 1 gear and give it out to people.
Brilliant!
Of a cloth, the man. Oh, you got stuck on the fence. Let me catch up. Parkour. I parkoured up to you. Wait. Back. Sure, I'll take 2 silver. For an 8-slot bag, that's a pretty good deal for him. Just turn the 2 silver into blessings for the next guy.
Greetings.
This is so cool,
I will
actually.
buy only the finest goods.
I wish I could confirm who's like a brand new player though, and like who has an alt or whatever. Because like a lot of the people doing the self found, it's probably an alt, but like they're doing like the real challenge, like the harder, the harder version. But I wish I knew like who is like on their first character, you know. 'Cause, like I'm on my first character, and I would have loved to get like one free thing. Because it doesn't trivialize the run. It's not like I'm putting fucking fiery weapon on their starter gear, you know? I'm giving them like some unkillable amount of health, but in 30 minutes they're gonna be twice this level, and it, you know, they probably weren't gonna die here anyways. But the point is to make it like fun, right? The point is to like give them a little smile and make things just a little bit easier, just a little less stressful. And I think the bags do that really well. The bags don't kill people, right? The bags don't win you the game, but they do make it more enjoyable. Oh, we got our first buff. Let's go. We got someone buffed us back. Free intellect 2. I can dig it though. Oh, crazy ex-girlfriend needs a buff. Even crazy ex-girlfriends deserve blessings.
I'm out of range.
Yeah, naked rogue running around. They might be doing a naked challenge. I don't know if that's true. Or if people just take off the starter gear because it's like whatever. But well, they're self-found. Rip. Still throw a hot on them in case. This has honestly been so much fun just doing the stupidest, dumbest shit. Oh, man.
Hey there.
I wonder how much I do wonder how much the 8-slot bags auction for. I don't think too many people buy 8-slot bags. I feel like everyone buys 6s, and then they just wait and go like straight to 10s. I think they skip over 8. Another self-found. There's Demento. He clicked my buff. I feel like I buffed that. I might have clicked it off to like keep the challenge alive, you know? Oh, I think these buffs are like, are the buffs being downgraded based on their level? I didn't realize that. Wait, hold up. Yeah, I can only throw 3 stamina on this guy. That's not like a retail. I guess I shouldn't say retail, but that's not like a, like on normal era servers, right? Now I don't feel so bad. Now I don't feel like I'm playing the game for it. If they're just getting like rank 1 renews and rank 1 buffs. Oh, that's a bank. I'm not giving him. He's a bank alt. Yeah, I can. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's what it was before. I can't give people like the full blown 20 stamina buff, which makes sense, man. I don't know. That guy doesn't want. That's fine. A lot of people don't want the help. That's totally cool. It's a challenge mode for a reason. But I just feel like the earliest levels are just the most boring, you know? And not having bags sucks. More bags means more money, means faster you get better bags, which means more money, etc. All right, I'll give it another minute or so, and then I'm probably gonna take a little break, and then I'll post on Facebook and like in Discord that I'm actually gonna do UVS content. Uh, this was fun. I had fun. I liked. We had an easy Black Fathom Deeps. Um, Hype Train from Sri. Obviously, super grateful for that. Can't thank him enough for the support. Giving people commercial free viewing on Twitch is actually huge, man. People hate ads and they will just do something else. So I'm super happy to see basically anyone who's ever watched my stream get a sub. All right, it's been a minute. I don't see anyone else around that isn't buffed already or self-found. So let me. I don't want a hearth though. I guess I kind of do. Got all this stuff that needs to go in my bank.
You need something?
Astronar is not close to a bank. It'd probably take me just as long to run there as I would fly from Astronar to Darnassus. Actually, the real question is where do I want to quest next, which I think is Wetlands, not Ashenvale. I think it's Wetlands and then Stone Talon.
You need something?
But yeah, like half my inventory is just crafting. We'll stop by Goldshire and then we'll hit the bank. Then we will peace out for now. Got like 21 enchanting skill points doing this. So this was like a fun way to do enchanting. Normally you're just spamming the fucking dialogue box like, yes, I would like to overwrite this existing enchantment for the only purpose of getting a skill point, you know? Literally does nothing. This person's AFK. Well. Rough space. I guess I can just log out here at the end. Maybe when I come in later, there'll be people coming.
Hey there.
I really want to do it in the dwarf area, though. Does that make me, like, racist? Does that make me just, like, racially biased? That I want to, like, do it for, like, dwarf starting characters? Oh, he logged out. All right. That's my cue to log out. We threw some blessings out. We made some people happy. We got a hug. We got a kiss. That was cool. Got some cheers. Hopefully we made some people feel blessed. Oh, I ran out of bags. You're calling me Unk, bro? What? That's soulbound. Thought I had a different. Ran out of bags. Oh, I just need.
Light
That's what I need.
for the Alliance.
3 course. And I can make one more bag. Dude, I gave out so many bags today. Find one more person. For here, I can give it. Oh, this guy's probably got. I feel like this guy's gotten old. I feel like these guys are teamed up. I want to help people who are like really struggling. Oh shoot, my auctions came in. Go. Made like a quick 10 silver. All right, let me give out this one last bag. All right. All right. I'm gonna log out. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna eat some lunch, some Thanksgiving leftovers. Like I said earlier in the stream, my family celebrated a couple days ago because we celebrated my father's birthday. So we got some leftovers today. I might watch a little football, but I'll come back and we will watch some nostalgia bait UVS. I'm gonna try to find an Athena game. So if there's anyone who happens to be watching and knows of an Athena game on YouTube, send it to me on Discord. Other than that, if you're here, if you're watching on YouTube later, thank you guys so much for being a part of this community. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. And yeah, just happy holidays, man.